Alright, so yesterday I made a video on how to counter the freezing touch modifier, and a lot of you said that the hard event is a lot more difficult than the regular one, especially because you don't have your original equipment, but instead you get the equipment that your enemy is using. Now, in my opinion, it's not really that difficult to counter. Alright, now the fighting part is something that you will have to take care of yourself. There is not much I can do for that. But I can give you a couple of tips here and there. So I will try my best and I will try not to make this video too long. Alright, the helmet is going to be the same with the amplification and vaporization perks. Alright, now time for the armor. Armor is also going to be the same with pretty much the same perks, which is going to be poison skin, so you can actually poison them when you get hit. Except that use break, and the third perk you can just use anything. Now the break perk is going to be the most important one since it's gonna gradually heal you, and in some situations that is gonna be really important. Now the weapon really doesn't matter because you're gonna get random weapons anyways. Now I'm not totally sure about this, but I think you get the same perks that you have equipped on either your legendary or epic versions of those weapons. I would suggest you to equip perks on the legendary and epic versions of Staff, Deer Horns, the Dao, and the Chain Knives, because these are the weapons you're going to get every single time in those rounds. It's not random actually, you get the same weapons that your enemy is using. Now the ranged weapons, still electromines, those are going to be really important as well. Of course you don't have a Herald's weapon, so you don't have damage that you would usually have with a devastating critical hit. But on the other hand, you still have weapons that have 1 or 2 hit heavy attack or any other attack that does a lot of damage. So what I would suggest you to do is the same, just place the electromines and just do the heavy attack or any other attack of these weapons that do a lot of damage, or try to catch them off guard when they come out of their snowball form. Now the last fight, in which you have to fight barehanded, I would suggest you to go all in and equip your favorite faction armor, your favorite helmet and favorite perks and just destroy your enemy. Now it's important to use the modifier that fits well with your faction's armor. So for example, Unbreakable Cold, I think it's the one which gives you permanent armor, is perfect for Legion armors since it gives you full invulnerability and you can just reduce the damage with damage reduction and damage absorption and those kind of perks, and also Rock, that's important. Now if you have a Dynastian armor, which was the case for me, I would suggest you to take Snake's Blessing. Now this fits perfectly with the Dynastian armor and you can just destroy your enemy's health with poison. Now that leaves us with one more modifier. I think there are only 3, but there might be more. This one actually increases your damage as you go on hitting your enemy. Now this one fits perfectly with either Heralds or Dynastian equipment, armor. With Dynastian armors you can still do combos, and with the Herald's one you can equip a decent special move on the armor, something like Fling or something, and you can just throw your enemy on the other side and just use the Fling move right there and increase your damage. And yeah, that is the best I can do for this situation. There is no cheesing this like the regular event since those are the modifiers. There is not much I can do except just give you tips and wish you good luck for the event. And if you haven't watched the original video on how to counter the freezing touch modifier, check that one out, and I will see you next video. Goodbye.